and we're delighted to have them with us. And they're going to talk about their experiences in the program. And their thoughts obviously are very valuable. So let's have them introduce themselves right now. We're going to start with Makela, please.
Hi, my name is Makela. I am currently a junior at the University of Southern California, studying public policy and non-governmental organizations and social change. I'm originally from East Lansing, where I participated in the Edgewood Village Scholars Program. I grew up with my mom and my three other siblings. I'm the youngest of four. And since the eighth grade, I always wanted to go to California for school. So it's kind of nice to see that how that worked out and how my
Mhm.
dreams kind of turned into reality.
Great. Thank you for being here. Audriyana.
Hi, my name is Audriyana. I'm a freshman at Michigan State University. I'm in the Lyman Briggs College. I'm planning on majoring in anatomy and physiology with a minor in the Bailey Scholars Program. Currently, I'm working as a tower coordinator at Edgewood Village part-time, and I hope to become a general physician working with Doctors Without Borders
That's
in the
great.
future.
I just learned something new about you. I was involved in launching the Bailey Scholars Program back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So it's great that you're participating in that program. It's a great program. Welcome, Mohammed, please.
Yeah, hi, my name is Mohammed. I am now a graduate of the University of Michigan, and currently pursuing like postgraduate studies there. And I graduated with a degree in computer science engineering. Currently, I'm debating whether I want to uh, do research in the future or just head into for a workforce. So that is my um, my plan right now, and so we'll see.
Great. Great options, though, all three of you. It's so pleased to have you with us. The first obvious question is how you learned about the program and why you decided to participate in it. So why don't we stick with you, Mohammed, and if you could talk to us a bit about what path you walked to get to the program.
Yeah, so um, my family moved to Edgewood Village in when I was in about 10th grade. Yeah, about soft 10th grade, and remember my dad got a flyer or something like that, and actually I believe at the time it was really my dad who really pushed us to do it. We didn't know much about the program at all. My dad was like, just go. If you like it, go ahead. And if you don't like it, you don't have to go. And we actually liked it. And then we stayed. Yeah, my brother was in the, like me, my sister, my brother were there. And my brother was the youngest and he was in fifth grade. And he just was graduated from the program as well. And so, yeah, it was something I'm glad I went to.
Great. That does make a lot of sense too, because you never know what something is until you experience it.
Yeah.
It may be much better than what you expected or maybe different, but you have to try it. So you try it and you like it, which makes a lot of sense. And we're glad you did. Adriana, what brought you to the program? How'd you hear about it? And actually, you're working for the program right now, aren't you? Great.
Yeah. I grew up in Edgewood, and about, I think, the age of 10, there used to be a computer lab in the building. And I remember the scholar director, Lafayette, at the time, was trying to recruit a bunch of high schoolers to the meeting. And I was 10 at that time. And I was begging him for letting me join and just like to see what the high schoolers were up to. He finally let me join and just like sit in the meetings, and I loved it. So then I joined 2 years later, became an official scholar, and I've stayed with them since. Um, and yeah, it's fun.
Great. So far, so good is how you'd put it, right?
hmm
Okay. Makela, you're up.
So similar to Adriana, I kind of I grew up in Edgewood my entire life. So I was always around in the tower, which kids went to use computers before they had like the network center. And so because I was always around, like the adults would always see me. And so I feel like I don't remember a distinct time where I joined the scholars program. It was just like I was always there, I was always involved. So I kind of always felt like a scholar even before it happened. Um, so yeah, I was just always there. And so like I guess when I became official scholar, I just started doing like going to official programs and things like that. So it was kind of like a smooth transition to me being always involved and then just me having that title of being a scholar.
So the next question is really what it was like participating in the program. Who would like to go first to talk about what it was like to participate in the program, your feelings about it, how you would size it up?
I think I can talk about that.
Sure.
So they start you from a very young age, 5th grade. And one of my like most distinct memories from the program was when they wanted me to sign up for this summer program at MSU, Michigan State. So through the program, they want you to get involved in a lot of academic stuff outside of school. And so I remember there being this like long application and them telling me to fill it out myself. And me as like a middle schooler, I'm like, can you please just fill this out for me? Like, I don't want to do that. They're like, no, like this is how we're preparing you for what you're going to have to do in the future. So I always felt like they really pushed me to do things that I may have not like necessarily wanted to do, but they knew that would be good for me and that would prepare me for like applying to college and taking the ACT and things like that. So if I were to like just condense the program to a few terms, I think I would say it's really like a preparatory program, but in a way where it's not like formal. I feel like in comparison to other like preparatory programs where it's very strict and stuff, it's more the fact that they are your support system and they're there for you through anything. So like they want you to participate in these programs, but if you didn't have money, they're going to find that funding for you. As long as you put in what you can, they'll do the rest for you to make things happen.
Mohammed, your thoughts about the program and what it was like, and anything else you want to share about your participation?
Yeah, I would say honestly, this program was very engaging, and it was a program that I would say, you put into it what you get out of it, what you put into it. So it's really comes to engaging in activities and whatever they sign up for. One thing though, I do very much appreciate it. We had a great Edgewood director, Jonathan, and I remember Jonathan would just work so much just to make sure people are there. And he would maybe call once or twice, or even 3 times, just make sure that people show up, because people are young, sometimes they just don't go. And I just really appreciated how much effort and his presence in the program was really, I think, significant for me. And that's something I would say like Jonathan really helped us in the program.
Yeah, it's interesting as you talk, and I'm thinking about the Bailey program too, Audriyana, is that it is what you get out, what you put in. It's not a one size fit all, but you must do this A, B, C, D. And the other thing is that we've done studies, not only in Bailey, but other programs of what folks who graduated and matriculated think about the program years later or after the program is over. And almost always it boils down to a person, an event, something about that touched them in particular. And it's very often about a person who reached out or approached them in a certain way. So not surprising to hear about you picking out Jonathan. Audriyana?
The program to me, I moved out of Edgewood 6 years ago. So that's like the prime time when I was supposed to be in high school, like participating in the program. So it was very difficult for me to really engage. So I really forced my parents to like drive me back and forth to Edgewood and participate. And to me, the program, I consider everyone there my second family. I think they support me no matter what I do. And a special thing that we did, I don't know, I think it was 2014, if you remember, Makela, when we did the Art of Leadership Program partnership.
Yeah.
And we went to Impression 5, and we spent the weekend there just doing retreat stuff. And we had to like do this family dinner program. We invited the mayor and we had to like organize this whole event. And that's like the memory that really, whenever I think of the Scholars Program, I think of that because we all came together and we were all high schoolers. We had our own friend group. So we all came together without like our differences. And we planned this amazing event. The mayor came, our families came, we spoke, and we had like, 2 days to prepare, maybe one. So that's like, I just think of them as my second family. So
Mm. That's a great metaphor, and it's not only very appealing, but it makes a lot of sense. And especially these days, having those relationships in an extended family is so critical to feeling that you are supported. The word that was used earlier. Um, Another thing that came to mind for the audience as we were planning this program was a sort of flipping that coin over. You all are where you are now, not completely, but the program contributed to where you are now. So the question becomes, do you think you would be where you are now at the schools you are at or had graduated from without the program? So it's a tricky question, but to think about your life if the Edgewood Village Scholars Program wasn't there. Any takers on that?
I can go.
Sure.
So I graduated this in 2020 and I just started MSU. And I don't think I would be at MSU right now without the Scholars Program, because when I was applying and doing my essays, I had no idea how much it was going to take out of me. And Lily really helped me, the Scholars Director. She really helped me manage my time and, telling me what's important and that we've been working this whole time towards this application. Even though you didn't realize like all these meetings that I've been attending, trying to manage my time, writing essays, writing my resume, I didn't really realize that it would all come up to this moment. So without the Scholars Program, I don't think I would be at MSU right now pursuing my goals. And I definitely wouldn't be the tower coordinator. I think being a scholar right now, that showed the directors that my passion and my dedication to the job. And that really secured me my job for 6 months right now. So I don't think I would be anywhere without the Scholars Program.
Makela, every time folks talk about the program, your name always comes up because they say she's at the University of Southern California, which is obviously a long way away from East Lansing, Michigan. So your thoughts about, do you think you would have matriculated or you would have selected USC if it hadn't been for the program, or maybe not? What's your thought? What are your thoughts?
I definitely thank God for the Edgewood Village Scholars Program, because thinking about every opportunity that they offered me, everything that I was able to put on my resume, everything that I was able to show a school like USC that I had that differentiated me from other students came from the program. And my goal, like growing up, because I was in East Lansing my whole life, I really didn't like it. And I was like, I really just don't want to be here for college. And that was my main goal. And sometimes I would get discouraged because a lot of people from neighborhoods like mine or from backgrounds like mine, they stay where they are. And I was really discouraged because I would see people that I know have all these dreams, and then they would result to settling. And I never wanted that to be me. And so the fact that I'm actually in California at this school is kind of surreal. And I really do owe it to the Edgewood Village Scholars Program, because they just helped me out in so many ways, so many different ways, like financially, academically, mentorship. And they gave me so many tips that I didn't even know at the moment would help me out in the long run. It's like they tell me about, oh, you need to take these AP exams. And I was like, I don't know why I need to take these AP exams, but it's like, it's going to save me money in college. And I realized that like the AP exams turns into credits, and then that saves money on classes, and colleges is really expensive. And then they even helped me get certain scholarships. I didn't know about a lot of scholarships, but they said, hey, I think you should apply for these scholarships. And that's really what helped me be able to even afford to go to the school. So I owe a lot to the program, and I met a lot of amazing people who I still talk to with this day and who I appreciate so much. So I definitely don't think without the Edgewood Village Scholars Program that I would be here where I am today, and I owe it all to them, similar to Audrey.
You know, one of the things as I heard you talk there, that one of my takeaways from listening to the other part of this video where the program designers were talking was Donna Kaplowitz. When she was talking about one of the things she did was she and her husband thought about, well, what are we doing for our kids, and what opportunities and advantages are we affording them? And then that would be transferred to the Edgewood Village Scholars Program. So the AP, yeah, and you know, how would you know at the time? But it's something that was really relevant. You basically have to go on faith, but it was very much connected to what she was doing with her own children. Your thoughts, Mohammed?
Yeah, I would say the Edgewood Village Scholars Program helped me the most during that last phase of applying to colleges, writing essays. And I would say it definitely did have a significant possibly contribution for me to get into like a very prestigious school like Michigan. And that is definitely something I'm very thankful for. And you know, I'd love to help others, like future scholars, on their paths, if presented the opportunity. Just because, you know, we learned so much through that experience, and I don't think I would have, you know, learned all that I needed to get into a school like that, and it definitely was very helpful.
Mm-hmm. You know, just listening and watching you, all three of you, it's inspiring for me because not only what has been offered, but more importantly, what you took advantage of is so critical for the future, not only your own future, but the future of this country. When I think about the fact that each of you is matriculating at a internationally known university, not just a locally or regionally, but internationally known university, and you're able to do well in those settings, is just such an affirmation of the importance of this program, and also, I think, a testament to you individually for saying, I really want to do this. I know I can do it. I want to do it. And for those who assisted along the ways, just tremendous. We're at the end of our time together, so I'd like to close with any final comments that you would like to make. Makela, can we start with you in terms of any final comments you want to make to the audience?
Yeah, I think the Edgewood Village Scholars Program has really shaped me into the person I am today. Not only has it helped me get to where I am, but it also shaped me as a person. Having a support system when I really didn't have anything else to support me really inspired me to want to go into the career path that I do want to, and kind of give back to my community. And it really helped me put into perspective how like severe these issues in society are, and that if we are really dedicated to the cause, we can make a real impact. And so that's what I want to do. And I think the Edgewood Village Scholars Program inspired me to have those goals.
Two very important words, dedication and impact. Great, thank you so much. Mohammed, we'll go to you next.
Regardless of the risks in an individual society, you can really help the next generation of that society, and help them have better futures. And it is a proof just to everybody. It could be some sort of political study or whatever it may be, that shows that programs like this work. Yeah, and investment in programs like this definitely work. Yeah. And I'm very glad to have been a part of it, and And I hope that we see programs like it, more like it.
Yeah, important words there too, investment and next generation. Those are so critical. And there's such a pervasive feeling in the society that individuals are on their own. They have to show they can make it on their own. And I think in all of our lives, we can always point to people who helped, programs that assisted, that helped us, you know. Even though I'm older now, I used to be in the young generation. And then you turn around and you got a helping hand from someone, and then you turn around and offer your hand to others. Really very, very powerful words. Audriyana, we're going to close with you.
I completely agree with Makela and Mohammed. The Scholars Program makes us who we are, and without it, I don't think any of us would be where we are right now as human beings and as in our educational stance. I currently am working with the Scholars Program as a scholar. We do Zoom meetings weekly, and I'm telling you guys that COVID hasn't stopped us. We are working with the MSU research team, and we're doing like research studies. And so it's amazing to see how at 10 years old, I was interested in just meeting all these high schoolers. And now I'm helping fund basketball teams for the community, build, getting lighting for the sidewalks in the dark so kids don't have to walk home in the dark. So it's just amazing to be able to have given the opportunity to be a scholar and now see how it's helping the younger generation, like we said.
Yeah, not allowing something to get in the way. Just keep on going, progressing. Well, I want to thank all three of you. This has been so critical, and I'll tell you why. A number of people know about the Scholars Program, but it's amazing how many people, even colleagues of mine and neighbors of mine in the Lansing area, do not. So one of the things we wanted to do was to use this YouTube video and the audio cast to spread the word about the Edgewood Village Scholars Program. And what better way than to have three people, three scholars such as yourselves, describing the program, talking about the impact, and basically declaring how important it is so that others hopefully will learn more about the program and get involved in any manner that they so choose. Again, thank you very much for being here, all three of you, Audriyana, Makela, and Mohammed. Continued great success in your individual lives and careers. And thank you, audience, for taking the time to learn more about the Edgewood Village Scholars Program. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.